So now we have the following picture. We have Lebesgue measurable set. Inside that we have real line R, phi, E, any set E and its complement. So now what we have proved, inside this box we have all the sets with outer measure is 0. Outer measure is 0. So that is also inside our box now. What are these sets, by the way? So if you remember, we have proved that outer measure of a countable set is 0. So inside this box we have countable set also. Countable sets, that is N, Q, Z. We have all this countable set inside this box. So now the next question is whether this box contains the sets with outer measure is not equal to 0. We have to find answer for this. So before searching the answer for this, let's prove this box is sigma algebra. Sigma algebra. So sigma algebra sets are defined as, basically it is a collection of sets. It's a collection of sets which satisfies the following condition, following properties. What are those properties? R and null, that is phi, should be in that collection. I will call that collection of set as A. So R and phi belongs to A. The next condition is, if E belongs to A, then E complement should belongs to A and vice versa. Okay. So the third property is, if I consider a countable collection of sets in A, then its union should be in A. So if these three properties are satisfied by any collection of sets, then we call it as sigma algebra. If you remember, we have already proved that R and phi belongs to collection of set A, and if E belongs to A, then E complement also belongs to A. That is nothing but if E is Lebesgue measurable set, then its complement, that is E complement, is also Lebesgue measurable set. So we have to prove this property now. That is, countable collection of sets E is in A means its union also should be in A. In order to prove this countable collection, let us first prove for finite collection. Okay, finite collection. That means E1, E2, so on up to En belongs to A means, then union I is equal to 1 to N, Ei belongs to A. This A is set of all Lebesgue measurable sets. Set of all Lebesgue measurable set. So we have to prove that finite union of Lebesgue measurable set is again a Lebesgue measurable set. Okay. Why we are proving this? Finite union of Lebesgue measurable set is again a Lebesgue measurable set, because we want to prove our box is sigma algebra. This box is sigma algebra. Why we have to prove it is sigma algebra? Because it will help us to know that the set with positive outer measure, what about the set with positive outer measure, whether those sets are Lebesgue measurable sets or not. In order to find out that, we are defining sigma algebra, and since one of the property of sigma algebra is finite union of Lebesgue measurable set is a Lebesgue measurable set, we are proving that property. So let's prove that property now. What I have to prove? I have considered finite union of Lebesgue measurable sets. First, finite Lebesgue measurable set, and if I take the union of those finite Lebesgue measurable set, I have to prove that is also Lebesgue measurable set. So we will prove this theorem using mathematical induction method. Okay, so the first step will be, let's start with the two sets, that is E1 and E2. So now E1 is Lebesgue measurable set and E2 is also Lebesgue measurable set. What we supposed to prove? E1 union E2 is Lebesgue measurable set. So to prove this, I will again start with any set A is subset of R. From definition of Lebesgue measurable set, I can write M star of A is equal to M star of A intersection E1 plus M star of A intersection E1 complement. This is why, because E1 is Lebesgue measurable set. Okay. So now observe, A intersection E1 complement is also subset of R. You can see this is also subset of R. So I can write, now I am considering this as any set which is subset of R. From Lebesgue measurable set definition, I can write M star of A intersection E1 complement is equal to M star of A intersection E1 complement intersection E2 plus M star of A intersection E1 complement intersection E2 complement. This is because E2 is Lebesgue measurable set. Since E2 is Lebesgue measurable set and A intersection E1 complement is subset of R, using the definition of Lebesgue measurable set, I can write this. So in the place of M star of A intersection E1 complement, I can replace this. Okay, so let's write that M star of A is equal to M star of A intersection E1 plus M star of A intersection E1 complement intersection E2 plus M star of, I will write this as, that is E1 complement intersection E2 complement is nothing but E1 union E2 whole complement. This is using De Morgan's law. So I can replace this as A intersection E1 union E2 whole complement. Since we are proving that E1 union E2 is a Lebesgue measurable set, it should be already in your mind that in the place of these two terms, I should get M star of A intersection E1 union E2. Isn't it? Then only I can say E1 union E2 as a Lebesgue measurable set. This is what I supposed to prove. So now what I will do is, I will consider this as P and this as Q. Okay. So from countable subadditivity, I know that M star of P union Q will be less than or equal to M star of P plus M star of Q. I will call this as star, inequality as star. So let's find what is P union Q first. P union Q. P means A intersection E1. Q means A intersection E1 complement intersection E2. This is P and this is Q. Let's substitute this and do set theory operations. Let us check what we will get. This is nothing but A intersection E1 union E1 complement intersection E2. Okay. So what I will get? A intersection E1 union E1 complement intersection E1 union E2. This is from distribution property of union over intersection. Okay. So this will be equal to A intersection even union even complement is nothing but my complete R intersection even union E2. So any union of two sets with intersection with R, what I will get? I will get the set itself. So A intersection E1 union E2. This is my P union Q. So now using star, I know what is M star of P. I know what is P union Q. So I can write what is M star of P union Q. I can write M star of A will be greater than or equal to M star of P union Q plus M star of A intersection E1 union E2 whole complement. This is using star. I am writing this inequality. Okay. So P union Q we have already found that. So M star of A will be greater than or equal to M star of A intersection E1 union E2 plus M star of A intersection E1 union E2 whole complement. So from this, since the reverse inequality holds good from countable subadditivity, I can say that M star of A, this is obvious condition, M star of A intersection E1 union E2 plus M star of A intersection E1 union E2 whole complement. From these two, M star of A is equal to M star of A intersection E1 union E2 plus M star of A intersection E1 union E2 whole complement. So from this I can say E1 union E2 is Lebesgue measurable set. This is step 1. So step 2, what I can assume that E1, E2 so on up to En-1 is Lebesgue measurable set. Since I am using mathematical induction process, I am assuming that the condition is true for N-1. So now step 3, let E1 union E1 E2 so on up to En-1 comma En or n sets or n sets. So union of these sets is Lebesgue measurable set. We have assumed that, isn't it? So union of I is equal to 1 to N-1 EI is Lebesgue measurable set from step 2. Step 2. So I can write union I is equal to 1 to N EI as union I is equal to 1 to N-1 EI union En. Okay. This is Lebesgue measurable set from step 2. This is also Lebesgue measurable set. So from step 1, I can say that finite union of measurable set is again a Lebesgue measurable set. So from step 1, union I is equal to 1 to N EI is Lebesgue measurable set. So this proves that if I consider EI as collection of all EIs as Lebesgue measurable set, then this implies union I is equal to 1 to N EI is also Lebesgue measurable set. That means finite union of Lebesgue measurable set is again a Lebesgue measurable set. So now this is M star, that is power set of R. Here first condition is satisfied, second condition is satisfied, but countable additive is not satisfied. That means if EI, that is I is equal to 1 to infinity, is collection of disjoint sets, then m star of union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to infinity m star of ei. This is countable additivity property. So now what we have proved that union of finite collections of Lebesgue measurable set is Lebesgue measurable set. This is what we had proved, that union of finite collection of Lebesgue measurable set is Lebesgue measurable set. Now what we supposed to prove is, before going to prove that for a countable additivity, let us prove for finite additivity. That is, ei collection of ei's from I is equal to 1 to n is a finite collection of disjoint Lebesgue measurable sets, then m star of union I is equal to 1 to n ei is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n m star of ei. So can you observe that this, if you prove this, this is the mild property of this, because this is for finite additivity. And this is nothing but countable additivity. So if you prove for finite additivity and if you extend your proof, you will get countable additivity. So now let's prove the theorem for finite additivity. So the statement goes like this: if collection ek where k varies from 1 to n is a finite disjoint collection of Lebesgue measurable set, then what I supposed to prove? M star of union I is equal to 1 to n ei is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n m star of ei. This is what I supposed to prove, or since I have considered k, let us denote it as k itself, ek. Okay, so look at this statement now. Another statement: for any subset A of R, I will prove that m star of A intersection union k is equal to 1 to n ek is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to n m star of A intersection ek. So if I prove this for all A subset of R, and in particular if A is equal to R, will it implies this property? So this is for any subset A of R. If I replace A with R, in particular for R, then what I will get? R intersection with any set is the set itself. So I will get m star of union k is equal to 1 to n ek is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to n m star of A intersection ek. So now let's prove this statement first. Then from that we can get this, that is finite additivity. So now what I supposed to prove? I supposed to prove that m star of A intersection union k is equal to 1 to n ek is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to n m star of A intersection ek. This is for all A subset of R. Okay, let's prove this first. Again, this theorem I will prove using mathematical induction. So step 1, take n is equal to 1. What will happen to our left hand side? LHS becomes m star of A intersection E1. RHS, since k varies from 1 to 1, it will be m star of A intersection E1. Since LHS and RHS both are equal, I can say that result is true for n is equal to 1. So now I am assuming that my result is true for n minus 1. That means m star of A intersection union k varies from 1 to n minus 1 ek is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to n minus 1 m star of A intersection ek. So now what I supposed to prove? I supposed to prove that the result is true for n. That is step 3. To prove m star of A intersection union k is equal to 1 to n ek is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to n m star of A intersection ek. I will start like this. I will consider ek k is equal to 1 to n is a disjoint set. So I have represented in pictorial form. This is disjoint sets E1, E2, E3, E4 so on up to En. So first let's find out A intersection union k is equal to 1 to n ek intersection En. Okay. So what I will get? A intersection union of k is equal to 1 to n ek intersection with En means, is it A intersection En? That is this part. You will get this part. A intersection union of ek means this part. Again, if you intersect this with En, you will get A intersection En. So similarly, A intersection union k is equal to 1 to n ek intersection En complement. For this is your complete shaded region, and you have to take complement with outside En. So you will get a shaded region, and En complement is nothing but outside the region. So you will get this as A intersection union k is equal to 1 to n minus 1 ek. Since you are taking complement of En, so a part of En, that is outside En, you will consider. So you will get A intersection union of all k is equal to 1 to n minus 1 ek. So now since En is Lebesgue measurable set, I have defined this. Now this complete set is nothing but P. We have find out P intersection En as well as P intersection En complement. From these two, I have just substituted the values. Since the result is true for n minus 1, I can write summation k is equal to 1 to n minus 1 into m star of A intersection ek. So summing these two, you will get summation k is equal to